Hello, hello, welcome to another episode of the Volvo Rescue. We are here in our final video of 2017. I'm David, and Bruce here is finally sandblasted. We're going to go take a look around underneath and find all the usual suspects for the rust holes. These are all the spots where the water doesn't really quite drain. And of course, over years and underneath carpet, it starts to rust. That's usual stuff here, not too bad. All around the bottom of these firewall and footwell areas. Of course, you do have some of the more common other issues like those cracks up on the corners there. Those are going to be plated off. And looking at the belly pans, they seem to be mostly intact, so just a little bit of filling in here and there. There's a couple of drains that look like dimples right in the middle there. We're going to see about that. I'm also very curious how the exhaust sounds on this car because it's got a full aftermarket exhaust right now. That's a small patch, no big deal right there. Thanks for your patience in the holiday season. Hope you guys had a good Christmas and everything. You know, as they say in Iceland, Gleðileg jól, or Good Jul in Swedish. 2018 is going to be pretty awesome, so I'm looking forward to sharing more videos with you guys in the next couple of weeks. Looking inside, not too bad. You can see the lights coming through, and sand everywhere. Still smells like old gas for some reason. Can't seem to get away from it. That's one corner we're gonna have to work on. And of course all that. Survivor here. Nice. Now let's move on and take a look at all the parts lying around the house and garage. As Arthur is the only Volvo in the driveway at the moment, Bruce is sandblasting and Genevieve's at the paint shop. I'm packing things away, reorganizing. Today I took the seats apart, piled them all up, left and right, front seats, both cars. The rails are getting sandblasted and powder coated. And these are those are the frames. These are the rails. And I wanted to show you a few things before I put them all away. Very easy to do. You don't really need much in the way of disassembly that I can help you with. There's one thing I'll show you in a second. This is the webbing that is the updated style. Let's see if I can get you into the light here. Maybe it'll focus a little better. This webbing is basically like a seat belt web, and it's really good. They have these nice little hooks at the end that clip in at the bottom of the big frame piece, not the U frame. So yeah, I have it all zip tied together because I kept them in order. I just sort of folded it up on itself, and that's a compact way of keeping everything together. The original style was a rubber band elastic, and yes, it was nice and stretchy and it bounced with the road, whereas this is a lot firmer. But the problem with the rubber band is that, well, it's rubber. Over time, it'll dry and it will break. So Genevieve had some, but they are in this box, and I'm not going to get that out right now to show you. And I'm going to clean up these seat rails. They like to attract a lot of dust and dirt over the years, so I will be cleaning those up and making sure that they are polished and lubed and rust-free. There's a little bit of surface rust on some of the corners, but this is stainless steel, so it's good. There are little handles, the lumbar supporting handles, you know, the ones that say Volvo on them. Those guys have a pin right there, and that pin is located this far in on the side piece. What you're gonna do is just drive that out, tap it out. I used to think that they unscrewed, but I find out the hard way that there's a pin inside, so no amount of screwing around will help you there, contrary to popular belief. Some boxes here. I'm organizing parts for Bruce. We've got like the left hardware, the right hardware. We've got the trunk, the stuff under the hood. So it's going to be great. This garage is going to be spick and span. All of Genevieve's stuff's going to get organized. Hopefully things will get removed from the shelves and put away. We've got more car parts. All of this row here is going to be Bruce's, Genevieve's spare parts. I need to go through there and itemize that, sell off what we don't need. Ooh, lots of storage, lots of solutions. It's going to be fun, and hopefully I have room for a car in here. Of course I will. I know what I'm doing. I hope. I'm here with my brother, and we are looking at the parts that we got powder coated on Bruce and Genevieve. It's mostly the seat frames and a couple of miscellaneous suspension bits and pedals and things like that. Bruce has already been transported to the paint shop, so that's our next stop. We're gonna get an estimate on all the repairs and take a look at all the damage that was underneath the Bondo on that backside. In addition to that, I've also got a special surprise coming in a couple days, so I'll keep that a surprise till then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So these are all cured and ready to go?
Yep.
Excellent. Wow, that turned out so good. It's like
Yeah,
a factory. You know, because these were all really rusty. Yeah. That's great.
There's this. I think I threw a bunch of stuff away.
Nice. So I'm going through the old parts that came with Bruce, and this one was labeled Volvo temp gauge and sending unit. July 1984. It was taped up and sealed up, and I'm so pleased to see the brand new sending unit in here. That's so exciting to me because we need one, and it's going to cost a lot of money to replace it. So this is great, and it's aged pretty well for the most part. In the box with the new clutch master cylinder, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rebuild kits. Incredible. They never would need another master cylinder in their entire life unless the inside of the bore was actually scored by something, but that's very unlikely. How cool is this? And then of course you've got all these cores for the other master cylinders that can be rebuilt. You never know what you're gonna find at the bottom of an old box. Look at all of these carburetor floats and gaskets and spacers and rebuild kits, jets, diaphragms. Wow! This is amazing. There's some gold in here. You just gotta, that's a water pump gasket. Wow, you're really gonna have to go through this stuff, and I should say I'm really gonna have to go through this stuff and make sure I know exactly what it is, because look at that. Wow, throttle plates. Like there's everything you could need for a carburetor, for a Weber right here. Amazing. Oh, and this looks like another diaphragm for these glass fuel pumps, or is that too big? Yeah, it's too big. Oh yeah, there's a glass fuel pump. It's rebuilt and it makes little piggy sounds when you push on the lever. And of course, another one of these center bushings. So that makes a total of 5 of those. Wow. All right, I can't possibly hope to write all of this down here, so I'm going to just put box of Weber parts. Go through some of the more exciting new ones here. There's just so many. Rebuild kits for fuel pumps. Which fuel pump would this be? The accordion will always be reminiscent of French music. In the center box, we have rocker assemblies. We have 6 of them. We have 7 thermostat housings. We has only 1 Viper arm. This is another heavy box. Let us see what is in here. Oh look, a carburetor. Oh look, a filter for the carburetor. Oh look, parts for the carburetor. Oh, I love seeing all these glass fuel pumps. Also, this is like a time capsule because look how thin the height of keys were back then. The newer ones are at least 3 times that size.
When smoke, or when people are thinking about secondhand smoke in their own homes.
I tell you, who been sleeping in my bed? Who been getting what I get when I ain't getting it? Whew. Got like 4 pages of notes, new and used parts, 2 columns per page. We got a bunch of stuff in all these boxes here. Really exciting stuff. So our next job is to price everything out and see how much we're gonna order versus how much we already have. There's like a whole set of pistons and engine repair kits. like all this IPD stuff. You've probably seen it in previous videos, so it's really helpful that this guy had so many spare parts. Thanks, Bruce. It's really working out for us, so I'm happy to see that. And there's a pack of old Bilsteins in there, 4 front Bilstein shocks, but they're probably all blown out. I'm gonna find out more on that, and it's gonna be a good time. I'm really excited. And I have one shelf clear now from all that stuff, but it's still not completely clear because there's just so much. There's like 2 starters tucked away back there, a bunch of chrome and aluminum that needs to get polished or replaced. And then of course I have a few more things up here. Like here's a valve, double valve spring head. That's pretty exciting. I wonder what's going on in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to measure these valves and basically find out what kind of head this was, and then compare it to the other heads I have. And then, of course, engine building will be its own video altogether. So in the meantime, we're doing good. If you need anything, send me an email, man. I got a bunch of parts, so I know what we're keeping and I know what we're selling for the most part at this point. So hope you've been enjoying this mess of parts that I've been going through today. This one's a B20F head. It's got double valve springs. This is a B18 head. It's got double valve springs. Over here we got a B20B, single valve springs. B20F, single. This is a B20A, single. And you know, just to check, a B18A or D, because they kind of have the same deck height. You know, there's so many things about these engines. I'm just gonna have to make their own separate video on how to build a Volvo Red Block B18 or B20. Coming up, also a bunch of cool stuff. We got fancy emblems all the way from Sweden and fancy grills all the way from Germany. Stay tuned for that. See you guys in 2018.